Good morning. It is Wednesday. We're kicking the vlog off again with another plan with me. I don't plan to do this every day, but it does kind of lend itself well. If you want to see the plan with me part, let me know down in the comments if you like me sharing the actual process of me planning my day in the vlog, or you just want to see this like snippet of the planner, because it's probably rare that I will do a front-facing clip before I actually get this day planned out. It's one of the very first things I do in the morning because it just makes me feel ready to go for the day. And we may have a kitty joining us shortly. Okay, things are gonna look different today. That's hence why I have a notebook and not my normal hourly daily planning pad, because the plans for today very much shifted. So the first thing that you need to know is that I basically have the entire day to myself. So Lila's going to daycare for her second day this week. And then my mom is actually going to pick her up and watch her because Sam has an event. And then I have my call. And the way that all the timing just kind of shook out is that I'm not going to go into the details. All that to say is from the time I dropped Lyla off at daycare this morning until after my call, the whole day is mine, which I don't know if I remember the last time that was the case. So we're going to take advantage of that. And that's why I'm planning in a notebook, because there's a lot of things that I'm going to try to get to today. Some work, some personal, some household, all the things. And I'm excited. So Charlie, does your tail really need to be in this clip? You may also hear her purring. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and put Wednesday at the top. I'm still starting my day in the same way with my morning routine. I actually already prepped the video. That's another thing that I feel like I can do first thing in the morning. And even though I kind of like want to put it on my planner just so I can check it off, like, does it really need to be there? No. So I still get credit for it on my time tracker sheet. So I'm not going to worry about it. I did already go ahead and do that, but I'm going to put my AM routine and getting a workout in. Barring any chaos, I will still be able to get that in before she wakes up and before we get her to daycare. And then the next step will be to drop her off. And then I'm going to split this section. I'm still going to treat my plan the same way, where I'm going to have like the section over here that's like the things that I guess they're all not really have-tos, but the things that I would like to prioritize today. And then I'll still have like shorter to-dos over here. So I'm going to split it between work. Well, I'm going to do each section at a time. So I'm also changing up things with work. These two tasks are not happening anymore. I'm pushing them to Q1, conversation with my business coach, some other things. So I'm pushing those to Q1. So I'm going to pull some of these things from tomorrow into today, so that tomorrow, hopefully all I need to do is my communication routine and plan for the week. That's what I would like to leave for tomorrow, which means I need to do this, and this today, which is like, it's pretty reasonable given my daughter's in daycare all day. So that's why I feel like, am I gonna have room for all my stuff I wanna do? Maybe I shouldn't have used 2 lines for this, but I wanted like a little bit of a break. Oh well. Okay, we'll make it work. So communication, this is prepping this call for tonight, and then prepping Sunday's workshop, and then next week's newsletter. Normally I batch the newsletters, the email newsletters for the entire week or the entire month in advance, but because of Vlogmas, I'm doing them a little bit more real time, a little bit. And then reels. If you don't follow me on Instagram, you may have noticed, in addition to a video on my channel every day, I also have been posting a reel on Instagram every day. And those I have planned out for the entire month. Like I have 25 reels planned. I was really proud of myself, if we're being honest. But I'm filming them 1 week at a time. So I'm gonna film next week's reels today. Okay, then we're just gonna see if it fits. We're gonna do some personal things. And in terms of like the order I'm gonna do these in, I'm not quite sure. Like if I'm just gonna power through all the work and then move into personal, if I'm gonna do some work, take a break and do some personal, that we're gonna play by ear. Which is why I also didn't feel like I needed the timed version, because I'm gonna bounce around between these things. But I have 2 errands I'm gonna run. The first one is to Target, and then I'm also gonna run to Michael's for something for the tree. So we will talk about that when that time comes. And then after that errand, the goal will be to finish the tree. And then December daily. I would love to spend like a good amount of time today, flip through 2023 for you, and then get caught up on this year. That would feel good. Then we have a couple home related things. One of them is timed. It's this, I don't know why I wrote the word tour. It's one of those like you FaceTime with the moving company so that they can give you an estimate. That's what today this is. So it's like they said it could take up to 45 minutes for the size of our apartment. I would be shocked, but whatever. So that is at 1. That is scheduled at 1. And then in terms of the other home stuff, I would like to clean Lila's room. That just feels like a really good like routine to be in, is cleaning her room on a day that she's gonna take care. Duh, it just makes my life easier. And then Rosie, since she didn't happen on Monday, I won't also do it tomorrow. And then Rosie now has 2 spots because of the baby gate. So we have on one side of the baby gate and then the other side of the baby gate. Okay, we totally have space for all these things. And then I wish I would have left a little bit more space. I feel like it's hard to see. Let me draw little boxes around these so that it's a little bit easier to see visually what is going on. Okie dokie. Then we'll do this 6 p.m. And because Sam is going to be at an event, I'm not cooking dinner. We're just having leftovers tonight. I have the community call. And then after the community call, I need to get the replay up, and then I'm going to send a specific text with a question to those who are here live. So I'm going to do those. And then my PM routine. I am incredibly excited about all the things I'm hopefully getting to today to bring you along for. That's an exciting day in Vlogmas. And then a couple small things that I would like to get to. Again, while I have the time. One is dealing with the files on my computer with all the Vlogmas stuff. Another is ordering a gift. And by a gift, I mean the last gift, I believe. I need to look at my list again, but I think if once I order this, I'm like done with ordering gifts for the holidays, which would feel really good. Okay, I think that's it. Hello. I feel like this is a good angle, good spot for us. She's got our wedding photo. So many pictures of Dada. Anyways, I'm still in my workout clothes. I haven't gotten ready for the day, but she's ready for the day, so we thought we would. What would you like? Would you like the pizza? Okay. You want the avocado? Okay. Avocado? Oh, so many things. So her top, these are also both hand-me-downs. Her top is from Gap again. Pink sweatpants are from Nordstrom. How many stuffed animals can I hold in one hand? Anyway, a lot of our hand-me-downs are from one of Sam's good friends who had twins. And so, of course, she wanted to dress them up in like clothing. And she was kind of the first in her family and like of their friend group. So she didn't really have any hand-me-downs. And she said that she shopped a lot. You want that one too? I don't know how you're going to hold them all. Okay. I'm going to put you down. Anyway, she said she shopped a lot at Nordstrom Rack because she had really good luck finding 2 of the same size for her girls and really good prices on high quality clothes. So we are incredibly, incredibly lucky to be on the receiving end of her hand-me-down train for both clothes. She's given us shoes because she had twins. She's got 2 of everything. And so even if like her brother ends up having a girl or they have another girl, she's like, I'm giving you half of my clothes. So we've gotten a lot of hand-me-downs from her. And then there's another good friend of mine in New York who, she's actually in my sorority in college, but we didn't really know each other in college. We got closer in New York, and she has a little girl a couple years older, and she has sent us a lot of stuff as well. So Lila's wardrobe is pretty much either a hand-me-down, something I've gotten at Old Navy on like super sale, or my mom does a lot of shopping at the Salvation Army. So, okay. She's still also sitting on the ground trying to hold all of the stuffed animals from my shelves. All right, I'm ready for the day. Lila's at daycare. It is time to do the advent calendars. Try those last. Let's start with the T1. I was also thinking about grabbing like a bowl or something in here and actually taking the second one out and like having them here so that if I do ever want like a second cup of something, although most of these, like I said, because they have caffeine, by the time I would have a second one, I don't want this one, obviously. if you watched yesterday's vlog. By the time I have a second one, it's like, it's too late for caffeine anyway. Okay. Oh my goodness. Mandarin ginger green tea. Or because I'm just not feeling it. I really want a black tea. I was really hoping for a black tea. I'm not gonna lie. So I think we're just gonna put those over there. I'm just not, I don't know. This is giving me very like, not sit and work vibes. And I want a tea, like it's still pretty early in the morning. I want a tea that I can like this is giving me like afternoon kind of relaxing. And so maybe I will end up making 2 today. Maybe I will do, I'm gonna do another cup of this cocoa black tea. Maybe I'll do this for my work session. And then this afternoon when I'm like sitting down to do December Daily, I'll do this one. Okay. So there's that. Let's open the first candle. I'm so excited to sit and chill and work and light this candle. I'm also excited to see how big these were. I mean, like I said, I got this for a killer deal. Okay, very much struggling. I poked it in instead of out. Okay, I had to go grab a tool to help me with this. Oh my gosh, how cute. How freaking cute is this? Oh my gosh. Getting them out is difficult, but this is adorable. It's like a little votive, but it's glass, so it's nice. There was one time I did an advent calendar, but it was like, maybe it was the Trader Joe's ones where it was like in tins. So this is like a nice quality candle thing. Like at the end of this, you'd have like 12 little glass votive things. Okay, let's smell it. Oh, it smells amazing. Let's see if it like actually throws a scent. Oh my gosh, if it does, and we have 12 of these adorable, delicious candles, this is gonna be the biggest one ever. Okay. Charlie, we are on day 3 of her little gifts here. Ooh, I think today is a little catnipy one. I knew some of them had catnip, and it's a little gingerbread man. Kitty, please ignore the clothes on the floor. What I have for you, Kitty. Gingerbread for Kitty. Hi, beautiful girl. I just zoomed in on her accidentally. Are you interested in it? Okay, well, I'm just gonna leave it there for you when you decide that you want some catnip, okay? Okay. Okay, let's check in with my planner. This is so funny. So the one thing I had planned, I just got an email from a place. It's one of those things I can get in multiple places that it's going to be on sale tomorrow. So I'm going to go ahead and push that tomorrow. I did do this though. So yay. I got through, hold on. I'm trying to look at the camera, but also not mess this up. So I got through these 3 things. Prepping the workshop took me a little bit longer than intended than I originally planned for, because I created a new sheet for the Goals with Laken planner. If you didn't see that in your email, if you bought the full year or you bought the prep pages, I did create a new sheet. And so that was part of it. So it took a little bit longer. So in general, it's a little later than I thought it was going to be when I got to this point. I haven't even touched any of this stuff, but I have until 6 p.m. That's a lot of time, minus this call in the middle. So I think I have time. I should totally have time. I'm going to go run the errands right now before this call. Actually, I'm going to finish getting ready. I did my hair, but I didn't do my makeup. So I'm going to finish getting ready, and then I'm going to go run these errands, Target and Michael's, and then fingers crossed. It's about 11:30 that I'm home in time for this call. I got to get moving. All right, before I head out, it's a little dark because I just turned the lights off. Tea was delicious. Such a good move. I'm so glad I did that. Candle. Okay, we're talking to 2025 Laken. No more candle advent calendars. Unless you're willing to invest in the really nice expensive ones. You cannot make that many candles that smell good for that long. Now, I am a little congested right now because of allergies. And so perhaps it just is me, but I can smell my Bath & Body Works candle. So I don't know. Also, Charlie has shown no interest in her catnip toy. So that probably mustn't, she like left the bedroom and came in here sitting on the chair in here. So that also clearly doesn't have a strong scent. Bummer. All right, still trying to get comfortable recording out in Chicago, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know what it was about New York that made me feel so much better about this, but anyways, I'm finally out and about. Got caught up trying to respond to an email. So I basically walked out the door at noon. As I was walking out the door, I get a text confirming my 1 p.m. tour thing of our apartment to get a moving estimate. I am doing an estimate first with the movers my mom used 2 years ago. I'm hoping if their estimate feels good in our, like I don't really want to do more than one, is what I'm trying to say, but we'll see. We'll see what I decide. So I'm off. I'm gonna hit Target first because they're both in the same direction, but Target is further. So I'm gonna go to Target. Also I could browse at either store, right? But I have to be back by 1. So I have to decide, I have to prioritize. At Target, I literally need one personal thing. I know exactly where it is, run, grab, I could be out in 5 minutes. Whereas Michael's, even the things on my list are browsy type things. So as much as I would love to like stroll, actually not stroll, without a stroller, stroll without a stroller around Target, just see what they've got. I'm also going to one of our like small city Targets. So it doesn't have like, there's no dollar section. It does not have near the browsing type of sections that a regular Target would have. So I think I'm just gonna in and out at Target and enjoy my time at Michael's. Okay, in and out. I did let myself browse. They have like 2 half aisles of holiday stuff, and I let myself kind of browse through those. They had a really decent Hanukkah section, but nothing that I felt like we needed. So I got what I needed. They did also though have some of those like Taylor Swift books left. I thought those were gonna go like in 4 seconds on Black Friday. I don't need one. I like Taylor Swift, but I don't need that book. I think it was like 50 bucks. I was very shocked how many were still there. So anyways, now I'm off to Michael's. Based on my estimates, I probably have about 30 minutes in Michael's. I don't think it'll take me 30 minutes to pick out what I'm actually going for. I have a couple things that I want, but who knows? I feel like Michael's is fun to just kind of like browse. Okay, the first thing we need is a tree topper. Look at these. I'm not gonna get this, but how freaking cute is that? So we don't have a topper for our tree because we used to have the tiny small tree I showed a couple days ago. That topper was way too small for like our real tree that we got last year. And I had intended, I thought, to go get a topper last year, but I never did. So here we are. Yeah. I like this one, but I don't know if I want it to project. I don't know how I feel about that. I like this one. This one is tempting, but then I also kind of like this one. I really wish, I feel like that one must have been at Target where they had them like up and lit. They're on sale too, which is awesome. I mean, I guess they are like very similar, the two that I'm considering. It's really just like gold versus silver. And you guys know I'm more of a silver girl, but I also do feel like gold looks better with Christmas lights. But the other thing we need will also impact potentially. So let's grab both and go to a different aisle. I like this one too. That's super fun. Not really our vibe, but super fun. Same with this one. How fun. Okay, the other thing I'm here to get is some sort of garland for our tree. How freaking beautiful are these, y'all? So I don't have regular ornaments for our tree. That's another long story. On the little small Christmas tree, we had tiny small ornaments that looked silly on our big real tree last year. And I said, when things go on sale in January, I'm gonna go buy ornaments. Did I do that? No. So my mom was like, well, why don't you get like some sort of garland to just wrap around your tree to add like filler? And that sounds like a really fantastic idea. And I remembered that when I had come to Michael's like a month ago, I was not even in Christmas mode yet. I had seen all of these beautiful ones and was like in awe. How freaking cute is this? Like, I'm obsessed with these. I don't know if Sam would be on board with these. But the other thing I'm struggling to figure out is how much you need per tree. So I did a quick Google, and Google AI or whatever it is that pops up at the top says 9 to 10 feet of garland per foot of tree. 9 to 12. So for my 7-foot tree, I would need 63 feet. And these are 6. So I would need 10. Now they are 50% off. So that's really freaking awesome. But I'm still not buying 10 of these. Like, that's not happening. So I need to figure out if what I quickly found via Google is wrong and Google again. Or, I mean, some of these like that are just more like fun. These are 12. So I'd only need 5 of these, and they're way less expensive. Yeah, we may just have to go. As much as I love the cute ones, we're like, oh, I love this like blue wintry vibe. But like each one of these, I don't know. I need to, I pulled up the camera, but I need to like ponder a little bit more and like look at my options and do a little bit more Googling and then decide. Because I do really, or I get like a combination, right? I get like some of these more ornament style ones and then some of this just as filler. All right, y'all. I had to call in the big guns. I had to FaceTime my mom. So I literally had my phone set up here and I was like showing her garlands and we were like pretending to wrap them around. And so she thinks these are the best from like a price ratio standpoint. As pretty as the other ones are, they're expensive. But the actual fluffy garland she's like, no, that looks so cheesy. So we we kind of like thought about it. And if I don't necessarily wrap it around the back all the way, I think maybe 4 of these could work. I mean, that's literally like less than half of what they recommended. Maybe I'm just going to get 5 and like potentially return 1. I don't know. We'll see. I don't want to like spend a gazillion dollars on it, but I also like want our tree to look pretty. So I think that's what I'm going to go with. And then that means I'm going to go with the silver star because it just matches better. Okay, I'm home. I have 5 minutes to spare before the tour call starts. So I probably won't have much time to actually like start working on this tree, but thought I would quickly vlog the button situation. So I mentioned on an earlier vlog that I had bought one of these little buttons so that we can easily turn the tree on and off. And I was actually going to teach Lyla to turn the tree on and off because the light switch is a favorite of hers right now. So this would be basically a big light switch for her, and she loves the Christmas tree. So I bought this. It arrived last night from Amazon, and my mom was like, Laken, you got one that only has one outlet. You cannot use that because if you string all those lights together in your tree, they're gonna burst. Apparently that's the thing my mom knows, is that if you put too many strings of lights together, they stop working. And then she was like, well, luckily I have an extra one. So she brought me her extra one, which is very nice of her. Hers has 3, which is perfect. So I will put the 2 strands of lights, or 2 sets of lights that are on the tree, plus the lights that go around the windows. They can all be together on the same button. I'll turn the camera around. It just got me thinking about like how much, like asking my mom questions. I see funny reels all the time about like calling my mom to ask her this question when I have like my own 2 humans that I have to keep alive. And it's like how I simultaneously am a great mom. I'm a great mom to my little girl, but I'm also still learning things about Christmas lights being like together at 33 from my mom. And like just us, I'm gonna get teary, like us learning things from our parents, and like, and that's how we learn, is that like my mom's teaching me right now, even if it took her till 33. And then I someday will teach Lyla, and so on and so forth. And it's just, I don't know, it's just beautiful. So anyway, I'm going to take my jacket off and get settled. So when this person calls me, I'm ready to go. I gotta find my headphones. Okay. So I'm a little annoyed because they called me 15 minutes late. And she was like, I'm so sorry, my prior call ran over. And like, I get it. It's just like, I think what makes me frustrated is like a heads up would have been really lovely. But I just was working on the tree. But then the good news is it only took 15 minutes. So I don't know what this like up to 45-minute estimate they have is. I guess some people, like I put in what size our place was, but whatever. Anyway, so I am going to finish. I started working on the tree while I was waiting for her to call, but I'm going to finish that. And then I need to stop and eat lunch because I just realized that it's like 1:30 and I never had lunch. Okay, first off, the star is incredibly crooked. I'm having trouble getting the star to stay on, if we're being honest. Okay, come here, star. I feel like, I don't know. They're not made. Oh, there we go. Okay, that might be better. All right, so I ended up only buying 4, and I feel good about that. Could I fit one more? Like, totally, I totally could. But it's good. I feel like once I fill it in with the ornaments we have lots. I feel like I didn't explain this well in Michael's. Michael's was weirdly crowded today. Okay, there was a lot of people hanging out in Michael's. We have lots of like special, you don't need to stare at the tree. Oh, it's beautiful. We have a lot of specialty ornaments, ones that we got for our wedding and engagement and Lila's first Christmas and all those things. We have like some that I've had for years and years and years. We have lots of those. And so when we had the small tree, it took up like all of those. And then last year when we had the bigger tree and I just put those on, it did look a little bit sparse, which is why I said I was gonna go buy actual ornaments to fill it in, but I never did. And they were on sale at Michael's today, and so I was tempted to do that instead of the garland, but frankly, the garland is way faster, way easier to put up. But in the future, I mean, we just want to keep getting those specialty ornaments, and we're starting a tradition where each year we get like 1 or 2 that represent the year. And like one, I saw this idea somewhere last year where you get one ornament that is like about that child's year, and you put it aside for them for when, and then you give them like a box of 18 ornaments when they leave the house, or 22 if you keep going through college or whatever. But like I took a little Christmas tree to college, so that I love that idea. So like we did that last year for Lyla, and I got her like a special ornament, but I also got one for our tree. And then the one I'm thinking about for her for this year, I think I'm also gonna get one for our tree. So I feel like if I keep doing that, and if we grow our family, like it'll keep filling up, and I don't need necessarily the like regular ornaments on the tree. I don't know if any of this is making sense, but it makes sense to me. I'm tempted to just like, oh my gosh, the star is crooked again. I cannot figure out the star, y'all. Okay, I'm gonna just go eat and stop staring at the tree. Okay, definitely took me a little bit longer than I thought it would, but our tree is done. Yay. I definitely feel like I should grab another one of those strands. Like it's fine for now, but if we're gonna be doing, like if we're gonna do that, I feel like it looks funny. Like I feel like the ornaments fill it in, but I feel like I could use one more of the garlands. I may buy it because it's on sale, but I may not even worry about trying to put it on this year. But I love the star and the ornaments, and per all the advice I got with toddlers is all the ornaments at the bottom are plastic or not breakable. I have a feeling she's going to really love this one. My mom got us, it looks like Sam doesn't have any hands. Oh, it just came right off. Of us from the wedding. She's going to love that one of us. And then this one is from my first Christmas. It's like fabric and plastic. So everything at the bottom is not breakable. Okay, I need to get back to work. Okay, before we move on, I'm gonna check some stuff off my planner and tell you kind of what I'm feeling for the rest of today. Let's talk about books for a second. So I typically update you on my reading every week on the weekly live chat. That's how I've been doing it this year. I feel like it has worked well. I'm planning to continue that next year. I am thinking I would actually love anybody's thoughts. If you watch the live, whether you are able to join live or you always catch the replay, I'm thinking about switching up the order of things, like between and doing like the topic first and then doing all of the other updates. I don't know if it's that big of a deal, but just something that I've been thinking about, toying with. Anyway, so on the last live, I mentioned that I thought the nonfiction book I was currently reading was going to be my last nonfiction of the year. I was reading The Pumpkin Plan, and I finished that a couple of days ago. And turns out that was not the truth. So as soon as I found out that we were going to be moving, as soon as I found out we got the house, I put Decluttering at the Speed of Life on hold at the library. I think that Decluttering at the Speed, I have a physical copy. Okay, I have a physical copy of the book, but I wanted to listen to the audiobook while I was like getting ready to start packing. So I put on hold at the library and was like, I'm sure it'll come with enough time. And I need to preface this with, I did not start packing today. But as I found myself cleaning, because that is what I just did, spent a bit of time on, Charlie, I really wanted an audiobook to listen to. And so I checked again, and I still wasn't up for the Decluttering at the Speed of Life. I wasn't even like next in line. And so then I was like, forget it. I caved and I got it on Audible. I bought it on Audible. I was like, I don't want to wait. I'm getting impatient. I want to start listening to it so that I am ready and can embrace that when I start packing. I think it also probably didn't help that I like walked around with the movers and was like, wow, we have a lot of stuff. Anyways, I feel like I'm being very sloppy with my storytelling. I feel like I'm a little bit frazzled, but I bought it and I started listening to it, and gosh, y'all, I just forgot how good it is. Like even I've listened to like 2 chapters and I've already been like, oh my gosh, that's right. So good. So good. Anyway, so I'm listening to that. That feels good. Let's check in with my planner. All right. So I did this. I did this. I did this. I did this. I cleaned Lila's room. Rosie, I realize, can't run in the living room right now because of the tree. So I just did like with the other vacuum. So I did that. I don't know if I'm going to worry about that. So here's the plan. I'm going to go ahead and do the reels because I got ready. So I'm going to take advantage of the fact that I got ready, and I'm going to check that off. And then I'm going to relax and do December daily. And then depending on what time it is, we'll see if I have time to go back and do the newsletter. But you know what? If that has to happen tomorrow, like during Lila's nap, it's not a big deal at all. I am feeling good about my progress today, but I would rather get caught up on December daily and flip through 2023 for you. I feel like I've been teasing that for this literal entire video. Also, I've waited too long. It's too late to have caffeine, so I'm not going to worry about having that other tea that I talked about. I'm just going to hydrate and have water. Okay, I did my reels. I decided that I am going to flip through 2023 with you before I start 2024. I just kind of wanted to flip through and remind myself, like jog my memory if there was anything that I loved or hated about last year before I actually dive into this year's. So last year I did this white gold star album, and it's pretty thick, but it's not like exploding, which is kind of wild given how many like that is all just holiday cards that people send us. So I mean I keep things pretty simple. I don't know why there's a chip there for Vlogmas. I have 2 SD cards. I've just labeled them 1 and 2, and I swap them out each day. Anyway, this is clearly a chill vlog style video and not a like actual top down where I would be a lot more formal and professional. Anyways, some of this, if you watched last year's Vlogmas or you watched the December daily flip through video, I did make it through day 11 in real time. And so you will have seen those days, but I'm going to go ahead and flip through all of it anyway for my own personal reflection. And then we'll go from there. So the intro, although I say it's not full, but it's kind of curved there. Every year up until last year, I started December daily with a photo of our tree and then a transparency over top of that. And last year, I decided to take this picture of me and Lyla from our newborn photo shoot and still do the same thing with the transparency on top. And I'm gonna repeat this. That's why I needed a 6x8 photo, but I'm doing a family photo of all 3 of us, not just me and Lyla. I don't know why I chose just me and Lyla last year instead of me and Lyla and Sam. But anyways, that's how I started it. And then I started with my reason why. I guess I probably shared this. I guess if you really want to pause and read this whole thing, you can. And then I also included her little 3-month photo that was on day 1 because her birthday is the 1st. And so she always turned like the new month on the 1st. But the actual story one was about celebrating Hanukkah. Hanukkah hadn't actually started yet, but my mother-in-law was in town. And so we celebrated early with her. Lots of pictures, lots of things. Day 2 was this is so fun, was the Big 12 championship game. And I'm so excited because we're basically going to just recreate this weekend, except it's the SEC championship game. It's a little bit later this year. Story 3 was about our tree. And look, I was just talking today about how I didn't have a star on the top of the tree. This is so funny. I'm just reading we went the Sunday after Thanksgiving. I just didn't talk about it until the 3rd. Oh, that's because we decorated it on the 3rd. Okay. All right, you can see our stockings in the background and little Lyla bug. Oh my goodness, I love it. It makes me very happy. Story 4 is pretty simple. Story 5, I know we were at the doctor, so that's why she doesn't have any clothes on, but it's a picture of her looking at herself in the mirror. That's why it's inside, which I'm gonna do a similar thing for the daycare story and put it in. I have more of these little envelope guys. The sticker from the doctor. We went to baby yoga with our friends. And then actual Hanukkah on the 7th, our first night of Hanukkah. So cute. And then we went on a date night to see The Wiz. Oh. The 9th, just me and Charlie and Lyla. I guess there's no real story there. I just put my girls, no journaling. December 10th, I talked about the pod. I guess I'm not really commenting yet on any of my actual scrapbooking style. I mean, I keep things pretty simple, y'all. And last year especially was actually very simple. Hanging out with our friend Brooke. Photos. Oh my goodness, look at all of these. Oh, is this like stuck there? Oh, it is. Okay, I remember what I did now. So this is how far I made it in real time, was this page. And then these, going forward, I had planned it all out. I had a notes app in my phone and I'd planned it all out. And then towards the end of the year, I actually then went and printed out all the pictures and just had to catch up and actually document it. But it does mean that some of the journaling is a little bit on the lighter side. Like this one, I just put selfies with my girl. This one, I have nightly story time with daddy. Like this is very simple. So I feel like I need to attach this down better. I feel like it's coming off, but I do love this picture. I also love this. I've already planned to do this so far in my current album. I love a big 6x8 photo that you cut into the squares of these like little 2x2 squares. Music class. This one I was able to journal more because we went to music class for so long. I remember it. This has little Charlie Chew pieces here. This, I had planned for this picture and I said something about Christmas movies, but I didn't do the journaling. And so honestly, I didn't remember. And so I just journaled about being close to my mom. The next one was about Mark's birthday. So I kind of did this big piece on the inside, I guess. I don't know what I was thinking there, but I kind of like it because sturdy. I'm not really usually an outside the page protector kind of girl. All these pictures from bowling, football, more football. Oh my goodness, she's so small and squishy. So small and squishy. The advent calendars, I know I need to figure out where I'm gonna put that in. It's funny because I want to, I guess it doesn't really matter. I was actually thinking about having it be the filler in for today because I don't really have anything major that happened today. And I didn't take any like good pictures while I was out and about. So I don't really know. I could just make today like the finished photo of the tree. That might be what I end up doing, truthfully. The advent calendars, going to visit Santa. This was like the actual photo from Santa. That was a whole saga if you were following along. Went to a Spurs game. Well, a Bulls game in Chicago, but it was the Spurs. This was getting our Christmas cards out. And so then I was hoping, okay, I did Shutterfly last year. Okay, so my plan, I love these little dots that I pulled over to hold this page into our actual thing. I think last year I uploaded all of like the addresses into Shutterfly so that hopefully all I have to do is like go upload pictures and stuff. But part of this journaling was that I did decide last year that we're just gonna send out New Year's cards. So I have a little bit of wiggle room, which is really nice. So this was last year's card. So cute. And I included her little photos on the back. I don't think I'm gonna do that this year. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what I decide. And then I always include like an envelope from the envelope kit in my album and then stick all the cards in that people sent to us over the years or over the month, not years. And then we get into like our family celebrations, which started on the 23rd. So basically what I did is I separated the 23rd, 24th, 25th, all with transparencies. So I started with this gather one. We did take a family photo. We took multiple family photos, I guess, and then I made this like delicious punch, which I thought that looked really cool. I talked about our cookie decorating and our cocktail making competition. And then I have this one that is transitioning us to the 24th. I tell the funny story about how my mom was not feeling so great in this picture. We thought it would be fun. Like if we were gonna celebrate our family Christmas, we would like celebrate and then wake up the next morning and have it be like Christmas. Spoiler alert, that's not what we're gonna do this year. My mom was like, we're not doing that. That was such a bad idea. So instead we're gonna do Christmas like in the morning. Everyone's gonna come over, 10 or whatever. We're gonna do gifts and then we're gonna transition into like the celebrating aspect of it. But that was so funny. I saved some tags and things, little Lyla, some of our gifts. I got these words from, oh, now I'm blanking, Elle Studio. And I will link them if she still has them. This big photo of Lyla that I ended up cutting up into little pieces. And then into actual Christmas, which actual Christmas was just the 5 of us, my mom and stepdad and me and Lyla and Sam. But we still did some special things. So I talked about some of that. And then I ended it, I just love how this turned out. So I did end it with a giant picture of the 3 of us and this transparency with the wreath, it literally like frames her face perfectly. Like, I don't think I planned that. Like, I don't think I could have planned that any better. Maybe I did. Maybe just end of December, January, me did plan this. No, because the transparency wasn't in there. I don't know. It turned out really, really cute. And then I put these little hearts up there to fill in the space. I just love it. And then last year, I did this calendar. This calendar is also from Elle Studio. And I did the Be Real for each of the days, and it has a little time on it. I don't use Be Real anymore. So I don't know. I did get the calendar for this year. Here, I'll show you what it looks like. It looks like this. It's much more simple this year. It doesn't have any color on it. And I don't know what I'm going to use it for. I don't know if I'm going to do a picture. Well, I haven't been taking like a picture every day. So I guess it can't really be that because it's already too late for that. So maybe I was thinking about maybe making it like a table of contents at the beginning. I mean, I could do a picture a day. I have a picture. It's not going to be the same kind of picture. I don't know. We'll see. TBD. If you have any ideas, let me know in the comments. And then a suggestion from one of you, I was trying to figure out how to use these envelopes, but also I have like I had a bunch more pictures that didn't get included, and I just got them printed in 4x6 and stuck them in this envelope, and I love that. I will probably do a similar thing this year. So that is my 2023 album. I feel like this vlog is going to be so long. I'm apologizing now to my editor, but I'm going to go work on 2024. Okay. It is a lot of hours later. I did get a good chunk of December daily done before the coaching call, but then I did not finish, and I clearly still have not cleaned up. But I got to work on it a little bit during the call because every call now includes 30 minutes of time to work on your goals. And sometimes I'm in the chat helping people with something, a mindset, a breakdown, whatever. But sometimes nobody needs me. And so I do whatever I have planned. And so today that was December daily. I already want to move this sticker over a little bit. So I thought I would flip through how far I got so far in 2024 and kind of talk through it. There's already some things that I don't love about it, but I have to remind myself that in this, I sometimes get annoyed when people say this too, but the season of life, simple is going to be the only way I get things done. Otherwise I will not get to it. And so I just have to accept that. So like I mentioned, I started with the 6x8 photo. I went through, I spent a long time deciding on this transparency. And that's another thing when I realize I'm spending way too much time thinking about making decisions or whatever. It's you got to make a decision to move on. It's not rocket science. It's whatever. Anyway, so what I loved about this one was the sentiment and the heart. I didn't love that it felt off center to the photo. And that's still true, but I added all these little hearts over there, which goes with the exact same way I started 2023. And when I look back actually at most of my prior albums, a lot of them start with this collage, but it used to be stars. And then since Lyla was born, now it's hearts, which I kind of love. And then I just added this little 2024. And then on the back of this is, again, my reason why. I just typed it up. I did decide this year not to use my own handwriting font for a lot of reasons, but I like the way that this turned out. And then on this side, I just did a bunch of little photos from our family photo shoot. I just wanted to be able to incorporate them. I have not created a holiday card. I don't know what it's going to look like and which of these photos is going to end up on it, but I wanted to do this and some extra little things. And I just love how this page turned out. And then on the back is story number 1. So reason why is story 0. Story number 1 is obviously about us getting our Christmas tree. That's what we did on day 1, if you watched that vlog. And so I took this picture of Lyla looking at the Christmas tree. We took this selfie at the Christmas tree place, and then I snapped a photo of the tree on top of my parents' car and kind of wanted to include that. So I was I'm going to do a large photo and I'm going to cut it. Like I mentioned in the flip through earlier, I love the way that looks. I don't love that the way this turned out for 2 reasons. 1, I feel like it looks like I chopped Lila's head off. I just feel like it's weird, but it is what it is. 2, I love my new printer. I bought a photo printer. It was an investment, but I'm very glad that I did it because being able to print all of these size photos here at home makes such difference. But I am going to have to figure out how to do 2x2 photos because these are a little bit smaller than 2x2, just the way that it worked out. I made the collage in Canva and then it kind of expanded it a little bit, which is annoying. So this photo had to get distorted a little bit in order to adjust for that. And so it kind of looks funny in some places, but ended up working out. And then I used these green word strips and made this one kind of look like a Christmas tree and these 3 stars. You'll notice a theme. I learned this in one of the classes I took from Allie Edwards, that having 3 of something is very visually appealing. So this one has 3 hearts. This one has 3 stars. This one doesn't. So that was my day 1 story. I started strong with 2 2-page spreads and then we got very simple. So day 2, I didn't really have anything. The only photo I really took that day was this photo of our TV for the Disney Christmas special that we watched. So I kept it really simple and just didn't do any journaling at all. And then for day 3, I told the story of daycare. So I used one of these little envelopes where I put all of the journaling, which I'm going to keep. I wrote the journaling as a Dear Lyla kind of journal. It's very sentimental. So I'm going to keep that private. But it's, so you can pull it out and you could read the journaling. And then I printed out a bunch of little square photos, again, keeping some of these private, because it's identifying information at daycare. There's other kids in some of them, it's photos that they upload into the app. And so I printed those out and just stuck those in there. And I kept it simple with a little 3 on the front. And then the last thing, I haven't stuck the photos in here yet. Oh, this is already coming off. This thing is really good in theory, but the holes are not, I don't know. Maybe I do need to cut it. Okay, so the Allie Edwards creates these things and they sold out really, really fast. So I'm very thankful that I was able to snag them. And the way that I have used them before is I just use part of it, right? And I cut it, but I thought that because this would become so thick that I wouldn't want that. But you know what? I think I do because frankly, I would rather it be a little bit thinner than like coming apart, and it was annoying me. So we're just gonna go ahead and cut that right off. Okay, so this envelope is going to be all my like extra photos, and I printed 2 out. I haven't stuck them in there yet because I wrote on them on the back with Sharpie, and it's still drying. So once those are dry, I will stick them in. I've only printed 2 so far. And just other photos that I loved of Lyla that day that just didn't end up in the story. Yesterday, I took one of her, we have these like reindeer antlers, and she happened to not have her pajamas on yet. She was like running around the living room in her diaper, and I put the reindeer antlers on her, and she gave me this huge smile, and I snapped a photo, and so it's so cute. I'm not going to share it because she doesn't have any clothes on, but I'm going to stick that in there because it's just super cute. So throughout the month, when I have a day that I have a photo that I like, but it's not part of the story, I'm just going to print it out, write the date on the back, and then stick it in this little envelope. So that is where I am at so far. Feel good. I'm glad that I finally started and was able to share that with you. I will keep sharing updates throughout the month. I don't know if it's gonna be every day. I don't know if it's just gonna be when I'm playing catch up. Who knows? And with that, I'm gonna close out the vlog. I know that this is a long one. Thank you to the best editor in the world for turning around these videos so fast, especially these super long ones. I'm gonna commit to cleaning up this mess before I go to bed, but I'm very excited to get in bed and just chill. So thank you again for hanging out with me today. If you watch all the way to the end, comment with the scissors emoji. And if you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you're new here, please click that subscribe button. I upload new videos every week focused on helping you achieve your goals and every day here during Vlogmas. See you tomorrow.